Advisory Group, Sam Dickinson, or Brian Basinger to discuss your retirement income plan. Call us today at 270-651-2663. Investment counseling since 1854. Securities offered by JJB Hillier, WL Alliance LLC, member NYSE, SIPC, and FINRA. Investing in securities involves risks.
Want to stay in the know on what's going on with your Glasgow EPB? Just follow us on Twitter at Glasgow EPB or like us on Facebook at Glasgow Electric Plant Board and stay informed about new products, services, and money-saving tips. With a smartphone, you will also have access to constantly updated information during outages. For 50 years, we have been the vital service you depend on daily for your electric, cable, and internet needs, and we hope to provide you even more information and benefits through Facebook and Twitter. Join us today. We are your Glasgow EPB, bringing you the future faster.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Good morning. 7 minutes after the 6 o'clock hour, we're waking up with 72 degrees here at the studios of WCLU this morning. And it's pretty, I'll call it muggy out there. In fact, I noticed the visibility to Glasgow Airport's reduced down to about 6 miles because of the mugginess out there. Ray Stajic is with us at the Weather Channel this morning to explain where we're going for the next couple of days.
Cold front on the march on our Tuesday weather map, and that front will sag south. But it's really not going to bring much change in temperatures. It's more like a wind shift and a chance of showers and thunderstorms that will go up as we get into the afternoon. We should hover right around 90 degrees. Today we will, but we're probably on the lower side of that. So I'm going to go upper 80s with scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. So far this morning the sky is clear, but the clouds will build later with that front approaching from the north. And then passing clouds overnight tonight, and the thunderstorms around will end early. We'll drop back to a mild 71, similar to this morning. Isolated showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Rain not widespread, 91. Low 90s Thursday with a mix of clouds and sunshine. Friday, a mix of clouds and sunshine, highs low 90s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Let's look at the current conditions. The barometer's still up there at 30-16. The winds are calm. I mean, dead zero on the wind speed anemometer this morning, and the precipitation is zero as well, and we are at 72 degrees from the studios of WCLU this morning. Let's get the day started off on the right foot. WCLU West Royce and local news straight ahead. This Saturday morning, July 14th, Elmore Realty and Auction has a prime investment opportunity for you. 14 outstanding building lots to be sold in the Indian Hills Resort subdivision near Barren River Lake. These are lots on Mohegan Mound Road and Chippewa Pass in Lucas and features road frontage. Owner financing available too. The auction begins at 10 o'clock this Saturday morning. Now the property is open and you're welcome to drive by these lots to be sold at any time at Chippewa Pass and Mohegan Mound Road in Lucas. Get more details online at elmoreauctions.com or call 651-7711. Another quality auction conducted by Elmore Realty and Auction, the auction specialist, Dakota Ray Elmore, principal broker and auctioneer. The name you've grown to trust in Barron County since 1935 is Elmore.
For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce reporting. We have an update on the burglary that happened at the Town and Country Drugs location here in Glasgow. Yesterday, after receiving several tips, the Glasgow Police Department executed a search warrant at 580 Hidden Lake Road, number 12. Made contact with Thomas Joe Dilly Jr., who resided at the residence, and they were able to locate clothing matching the description that was used in the burglary of the Town and Country Pharmacy. After further investigation, officers arrested Thomas Joe Dilly Jr., age 27, of Glasgow, and charged him with burglary 3rd degree, criminal mischief 3rd degree. Dilly was lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. The arrest was made by Detective Ashley Jones with assistance from Detective Mickey Atwood and Amanda Miller. Also on Saturday, the Glasgow Police Department conducted a traffic stop on Old Bowling Green Road. Upon further investigation, officers received consent to search of the vehicle and located marijuana and methamphetamine. James Barnes, age 41 of Smiths Grove, was arrested and charged with no registration plates, reckless driving, failure of owner to maintain required insurance first offense, operating a motor vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs first offense, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a controlled substance first degree, second degree offense, and possession of marijuana, operating on a suspended or revoked operator license, and lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. The arrest was made by Officer Jonathan Clark. Also on Saturday, the Glasgow Police Department conducted a traffic stop on Combs Boulevard. Upon further investigation, officers received consent to search of the vehicle and located methamphetamine. Jimmy Minton, age 55 of Glasgow, and Joseph Harper, age 44 of Glasgow, were both arrested for trafficking in a controlled substance first-degree first offense methamphetamine and lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. The arrest was made by Sergeant Jesse Barton and assisted by Officer Jonathan Clark. The Kentucky State Police Post 3 in Bowling Green responded to a single vehicle injury collision yesterday that had occurred southbound on I-65 near the 36-mile marker in Warren County. The preliminary investigation indicated that James C. Williams, age 83 of McMinnville, Tennessee, was operating a 2000 Subaru Outback, traveled southbound in the right lane of travel when his vehicle exited the right shoulder of the roadway. Upon exiting the roadway, Williams' vehicle traveled down an earth embankment, striking a tree before coming to final rest. According to witness accounts, Williams' vehicle caught fire upon impact, causing severe damage to the front of the vehicle. Williams was pronounced deceased on the scene by the Warren County Coroner's Office. The investigation is still ongoing and being conducted by Master Trooper Tommy Walters. He was assisted on the scene by the Smiths Grove Fire Department, Med Center EMS, and Warren County Coroner's Office. No other details are available for release at this time. Well, tourism is at its peak this time of year, and the Cave City Council reported almost $52,000 taken in restaurant taxes in the month of June, and a little more than $20,000 in transient room taxes also in the month of June. The total amount transferred to the Tourist Commission. More local news when we continue right after this.
At the People's Bank in Glasgow, we believe that people still like the friendly atmosphere of a community bank. A bank where you're more than just a number. You get one-on-one personal service. A bank where your money's reinvested in the community, and decisions, well, they're all made locally. The People's Bank gives you everything you'd expect in a bank, including online and mobile banking. Get the banking you deserve. Located at 605C on Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. The People's Bank, working for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At U.S. Bank, we're proud to be part of our community. All of our great community events inspire more than just the attendees. They inspire the entire community. U.S. Bank is committed to making the communities in which we work and live a better place. Our commitment means supporting the programs and organizations that enrich the quality of life for our neighbors. Because when our community succeeds, everyone wins. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank, member FDIC.
In more local news at this hour, on July 13th, the Kentucky Speedway will host the Alsco Xfinity Series 300 race. Larry Bailey, a lifelong ambassador of Kentucky, was selected to be the Grand Marshal for the Alsco 300 at the Kentucky Speedway. As chairman of the Bowling Green Area Convention Visitors Bureau, Mr. Bailey champions the area's strong ties to the automotive and racing industries. Under Bailey's guidance, the Bureau earned the Kentucky Economic Engine Award in 2017, which recognizes tourism's positive economic impact in Bowling Green. Bailey is a U.S. Air Force veteran and resides in Bowling Green with his wife Sharon. He is the proud father of a daughter, son, and 2 stepsons, and a grandfather to 5 grandchildren. In addition, Alsco has announced Rob Barnett, the airport manager at the Bowling Green Warren County Regional Airport, as the race's honorary starter. A former U.S. Marine, Barnett began his career at the Bowling Green Warren County Regional Airport as a maintenance worker in 1995. He quickly worked his way up and was named airport manager in 1999. Under Barnett's management, the airport received the most prestigious award given by the Federal Aviation Administration, the Feather in the Cap Award, for achieving 11 years with no discrepancies during the FAA's annual Part 139 inspection. Only 9 months after opening, a Kroger distribution center in Florence, Kentucky will add 250 full-time associates, majority full-time roles, as the company invests nearly $18 million at the facility to support its e-commerce and digital services, Governor Matt Bevin announced today. He says distribution and logistics is a thriving industry in the Commonwealth, and this announcement is just the latest confirmation of that fact. We greatly appreciate Kroger's confidence in Northern Kentucky region and its ongoing commitment to investing in our growing state. Kroger will purchase new equipment and upgrade technology at its 674,000 square foot facility on Mount Zion Road, which opened last year in October as a replenishment center to service the company's direct two-store distribution centers across the eastern half of the U.S. The new project will further support the company's growing e-commerce and digital offerings. The facility currently employs approximately 80 associates. To encourage the investment of job growth in the community, the Kentucky Economic Development Finance Authority, or KEDFA, in June preliminarily approved the company for tax incentives up to $1 million through the Kentucky Business Investment Program. The performance-based incentive allows a company to keep a portion of its investment over the agreement term through corporate income tax credits and wage assessments by meeting job and investment targets. In addition, Kroger can receive resources from the Kentucky Skills Network. Through the Kentucky Skills Network, companies can receive no-cost recruitment and job placement services, reduced cost customized training, and job training incentives. For more information about the Kroger Company, visit www.thekrogerco.com. Candidates interested in the new positions can apply at https://jobs.kroger.com. And in local 911 activity, just before midnight last night, a EMS, Barron County Sheriff's Department, and Park City and Cave City Fire Departments responded to a wreck which occurred on the eastbound of the parkway and it looks like it was a wreck with injury, a single vehicle wreck that they are still investigating at this time. Again, that happened just before midnight last night. More details to come on that. You're listening to WCLU Local News. I'm Wes Royce. It is 6:18 and 72 degrees in downtown Glasgow.
You're sick and your doctor's office just closed. You injured your finger working in the yard and it's Saturday afternoon. Where do you go? Well, TJ Sampson has 3 choices for you when these and other similar situations occur.
The clinic at Walmart can help with.
TJ Urgent Care at the Pavilion can help with.
Ow! And when it's...
Grandpa, are you okay?
You might want to try the emergency department at TJ Sampson Community Hospital.
TJ Sampson Community Hospital. Your community, your hospital.
There are exciting things happening at Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic. This is nurse practitioner Brittany Jackson, and yes, the moving and unpacking are complete. Everything is set up, and we are ready to start taking care of you and your family at our new location, 1214B North Race Street. We are so excited for you to come see our new facility on the corner of North Race and Professional Park, directly across from TJ Sampson Hospital. We have bigger exam rooms, more parking, and even some new faces. Samantha and I want to introduce you to our new office staff, Kim Fogel, who will be the voice you hear on the phone when you call and who will assist you with scheduling appointments and requesting refills. Even though our location has changed, what has not changed is our commitment to personal, individualized care for our patients. Our motto is hometown healing, and that is one thing that will never change or be compromised. Our phone number is still the same, 270-629-6722, and our door is always open for new patients. Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic. We are looking forward to seeing you at our new location, 1214B North Race Street in Glasgow. Call today to set up your appointment.
And in a recent update of local news, we just heard from YMCA Chairman of the Board, Terry Bunnell, who has an exciting announcement that the new CEO of the YMCA was announced yesterday. Here's Bunnell's comments.
Yesterday morning, we announced the new CEO for the Barron County Family YMCA, Tara Bailey. Tara comes to us from West Virginia. She spent approximately 25 years with various YMCA. She has worked as a Chief Operations Officer for YMCA, as well as a CEO and Executive Director. The YMCA in our community has a lot going on, and having a CEO that can take us to the next level with membership services and involvement in the community is critical, and we feel that Sarah is the individual to do that. The board of directors is excited to make the announcement to our membership. Our staff has been doing a great job while we've been in the search for a CEO. So we're again very proud today that we announced that Tara Bailey is the new CEO at the Barron County Family YMCA.
Congratulations to Miss Bailey and the Barron County Family YMCA. For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce. Kentucky News Network is next.
At the People's Bank in Glasgow, we believe that people still like the friendly atmosphere of a community bank. A bank where you're more than just a number. You get one-on-one personal service. A bank where your money's reinvested in the community and decisions, well, they're all made locally. The People's Bank gives you everything you'd expect in a bank, including online and mobile banking. Get the banking you deserve. Located at 605C on Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. The People's Bank, working for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Kentucky's senators are reacting to President Trump's nomination of Judge Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said the nomination of Kavanaugh by Trump was a superb choice, adding Kavanaugh is extremely qualified to serve as an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court. Senator Rand Paul tweeted that he's looking forward to the hearings, reviewing Kavanaugh's record, and meeting with him personally. Kentucky State Police are searching for an escaped inmate in Martin County. Deputy Tim Clark with the Johnson County Sheriff's Office tells WYMT 32-year-old Mark Crouch assaulted a police officer while being transported by the jailer's office to another facility.
The said inmate stated, "I'm not going to jail," and that's when he began assaulting him. Ultimately shoved the deputy jailer out of the car while it was still rolling.
Crouch drove away in that car Monday. He was originally charged with bail jumping. It didn't take long for Governor Matt Bevin to call out his chief political rival following Andy Beshear's announcement he was running for governor.
Bevin tweeted a news article about Tim Longmire, who is serving a 70-month prison sentence for a kickback scheme involving the state's employee health insurance plan. Longmire served as personnel secretary during Steve Beshear's gubernatorial administration before moving to Andy Beshear's office when he was elected attorney general. In 2016, Bevin told reporters,
"The Beshears are a corrupt family, and they have been for a long time."
Bevin tweeted Monday, quote, "For those Kentuckians who didn't get enough corruption, self-dealing, embezzlement, and bribery during the 8 corrupt years of Governor Steve Beshear, his son Andy is now offering a chance for 4 more years of the same." I'm Suzanne Duval.
And Logan County authorities arrested a man on sexual assault and rape charges Monday. Deputies say Wilbur Yoder sexually assaulted a 16-year-old female. Police say he's raped several people in the past 6 months. He is now in the Logan County Jail. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good, he'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit SouthCentralKYMonuments.com.
Local news time from WCLU is 626, and we have 72 degrees at the studios today. We'll check in with Ray Stajic in just a few minutes to talk about the potential for a little rain this afternoon. In area funeral announcements this hour, Clifton C. Francis, age 84, of Glasgow, died Sunday following an extended illness. Clifton served 2 tours of duty with the U.S. Army, one in the late 50s, another began in 1962. He was a foreman at the National Wood Company in Glasgow for over 30 years and is a longtime member of the Coral Hill Baptist Church. Survivors include his wife, Shirley Harrison Francis of Glasgow, a son, Cody Francis of Cullman, Alabama, a sister, Clarice Strode of Mount Hermon. 3 brothers, Curtis Francis of Glasgow, Clarence Francis of Glasgow, and Cleveland Francis of Louisville. Funeral services for Clifton C. Francis will be at 1 o'clock on Thursday afternoon at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, with burial to follow in the Caney Fork Cemetery at Etoile. Visitation will be from 4 until 8 Wednesday, and then Thursday until time for service at the funeral home. Memorial contributions may be made to the Barren River Animal Welfare Association, Box 171, Glasgow, Kentucky 42142. Naomi Ruth Fisher, age 77, of Glasgow, died Monday at her home. She was a licensed practical nurse for T.J. Sampson Community Hospital and a member of the Glasgow Bible Church. She is survived by her husband, Charles, 2 daughters, Tammy Fisher and Amy Chapman, both of Glasgow, 1 son, Timmy Fisher of Glasgow, 4 grandchildren, Caitlin Fisher, April, David, and Cody Pace, 2 great-grandchildren, Charles and Colt Pace, 1 sister, Mary Scott of Cave City. The family has chosen cremation for Naomi Ruth Fisher and have not made any service arrangements. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home is in charge. Carrie Dean Moss Jones, 91, of Glasgow, died Sunday at T.J. Sampson Hospital. She was a homemaker and a member of the East Main Church of Christ in Glasgow. Survivors include 2 grandchildren, Jeremy C. Jones and Jennifer W. Jones, both of Glasgow, 3 great-grandsons, Matthew and Ryan Jones and Jack Trivet, 2 great-great-grandsons, Jackson and Heston Jones, 1 daughter-in-law, Linda F. Jones of Glasgow, and 3 brothers, Cecil Moss of Walnut Shade, Tennessee, Jimmy Moss of Gamelia, and Donald Moss of Red Balding Springs, Tennessee. Funeral services for Carrie Dean Moss Jones will be held Wednesday at 1 o'clock at McMurtry Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Monroe County Memorial Lawn. Visitation begins today at 1 o'clock and continues Wednesday until time for services. Howard Hayden Davis, age 90, of Edmonton, died Sunday at NHC Healthcare. Howard served in the U.S. Air Force during the Korean conflict and retired from Brown & Williamson Tobacco Company. He is survived by a nephew, Philip Blades of Edmonton, 5 nieces, Peggy Turner of Buffalo, Jeannie Carol Slinker of Knob Lick, Suzanne Gallagher of Virginia, Juliana Davis of Bowling Green, and Myra Hennessy of Nashville. Sister-in-law, Leela Davis of Bowling Green, and a family friend, Wanda Coffey of Greensburg. Services for Howard Hayden Davis will be at 2 o'clock on Wednesday at Butler Funeral Home in Edmonton, with burial to follow in the Davis Family Cemetery. Visitation after 9 o'clock Wednesday and continuing until time for services. Service for Herbert H. Bailey, age 88, of Clarkson, will be at 2 o'clock Wednesday at the Poplar Springs United Baptist Church. Burial to be in the church cemetery. Visitation from 1 until 8 today and from 10 until 1:30 Wednesday at the Patton Funeral Home's Brownsville Chapel. A graveside service for Marla Jo Cook, age 56, of Smiths Grove, will be today at 11 o'clock at the Smiths Grove Cemetery with the Patton Funeral Home in charge. Services for Gwenda G. Rogers, 78, of Glasgow, will be at 11 o'clock today at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial to be in the Monroe County Memorial Lawn. Service for David Vernon Moore, age 75, of Munfordville, will be this morning at 11 o'clock at the Munfordville First United Methodist Church. Interment is to be at the Cave City Cemetery. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary. It's almost sold out, so sign up today. The Snead Family Tours is planning a trip on the General Jackson in Nashville. It's July 13th, and it'll be an enjoyable experience as you cruise on the General Jackson. Enjoy an entertaining dinner show and round-trip transportation, all for just $150. The bus will be making pickups in Glasgow, Smiths Grove, Bowling Green, and Franklin. This is a great way to get away. It's July the 13th, but just a few seats remain. Call 270-678-3575. That's 270-678-3575. And get on board the General Jackson for a relaxing trip July 13th. 678-3575. 6:31 from WCLU. Why don't we go ahead and talk about the way the weather is shaping up today? Let's get staff meteorologist Ray Stachik in here. He's been on a wee bit of a vacation, but he hadn't quit harping about the heat.
Cold front on the march on our Tuesday weather map, and that front will sag south, but it's really not going to bring much change in temperatures. It's more like a wind shift and a chance of showers and thunderstorms that will go up as we get into the afternoon. We should hover right around 90 degrees. Today we will, but we're probably on the lower side of that, so I'm going to go upper 80s with scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. So far this morning the sky's clear, but the clouds will build later with that front approaching from the north. And then passing clouds overnight tonight, ending thunderstorms around will end early. We'll drop back to a mild 71, similar to this morning. Isolated showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Rain not widespread, 91. Low 90s Thursday with a mix of clouds and sunshine. Friday, a mix of clouds and sunshine, highs low 90s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stachik, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. The WCLU constant coverage and studio radar screen is about as clear as you can get. A little bit of, I don't know what that is, blipping out there on the interchange of I-65 and the Louisville and Cumberland Parkway. Might be a little pop-up shower out there. If somebody's driving out there, let us know, because definitely on the radar screen looks like some kind of precipitation, a little bit of a pop-up shower just about where the parkway, the Louisville Parkway, meets I-65. And as they say on the Weather Service, that's a radar-indicated threat. But if you're driving in it, it's not a threat. It's something to watch out for if you're headed out there toward the parkway here this morning. No freeze in the past 24 hours, not much rain at all. Actually, the bucket is dry this morning. And the barometer is at 3016 and the humidity at 97%. Sticky and steamy this morning. 72 at WCLU. 6:33. Up next, Archives.
What type of sermons have you been preaching lately? One man once said, "It's of no use to walk anywhere to preach unless we preach everywhere as we walk." He also said, "Preach the gospel at all times, and when necessary, use words." Statements like these are similar to the words of our Lord Jesus. Matthew 5:16, "Let your light shine before others so that they can see your good works and give glory to your Father who's in heaven." You see, our lives should be an open testimony to the fact that we know, love, and obey the living God. When other people observe the way we talk and how we conduct ourselves, it should be obvious that we know Jesus. So again, I ask you, what type of sermons have you been preaching lately? This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
Time is running out to register for Ralphie's European Excursion Day Camp. Get signed up now for the week of July 16th through the 20th for kids entering K through 7th grade. Enjoy daily challenge games including laser tag, bowling, mini golf, time free, and dodgeball, along with wet and wild water games, plus educational projects and adventures. 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. with morning drop-off starting at 7:30. To sign up for day camp the week of July 16th through the 20th, call Robin McMurtry at 670-4431 or Ralphie's at 629-GAME.
And when you hear Ralphie's, you know we're talking about birthdays here on WCLU. Ralphie's Fun Center. Lots of fun stuff coming up there and a little stuff to sign up for, so be aware of that too. Here on the 10th day of July, we are informing you that Sharon Smith is having a birthday. We have the Stone twins, Nelson and Nicholas, with birthdays today. Joe Stevens, Betty Saltzman. A mother-daughter tag team here. It's Nikki Collier's birthday today, and daughter Sydney Collier has a birthday today, too. It is Tyler Doty's birthday, Valerie Allen, Tag Taylor, Brad Bailey, David Gray Whitty with a birthday, and I have it on good accord that David is 62 today. Elvis Young, Elvis, your aunt, called up to wish you a happy birthday today, and Carolyn Berry has a birthday today, too. We've got the anniversaries here for you, like Mike and Carol Williams, Larry and Brenda Eaton, Shannon and Adrian Edwards, number 9 for the Edwards. Thomas and Rosa Mae Hurt, 52nd anniversary today. We have Brandy and Roger Birds Jr. It is the 19th anniversary for Brandy and Roger Birds Jr. today. The 53rd anniversary for Raymond and Elaine Bragg today. So congratulations to this big list of honorees here at WCLU. Let me go ahead and talk about our person of the day today. By special request, and we do appreciate everybody taking advantage of the ability to request Good as Gold honorees. Today, our Good as Gold honoree is Dr. Kara Gilkey. It's Dr. Kara Gilkey Day on the radio under the submission form where it says reason for nomination. Here's what was written. Dr. Gilkey always goes above and beyond to make those around her feel at ease. She was my mother-in-law's ER doctor, and she was so kind that I would like to recognize her for the job that she does. Well, that is a very nice thing to be said about you, and certainly at difficult times, you notice the kindness and the personal touch, if you will, of special healthcare providers. It means a lot to give recognition to that, and I'm sure that Dr. Kara Gilkey really appreciates being nominated to be Good as Gold today. Let her know so from her friends here at WCLU and a little taste of Texas. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to run over here and get ready to do the archives straight ahead here on
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We're headed down memory lane to explain a few things, see how we got here, and then look at it from a perspective of where it means we're going next. And we'll get this program started after we hear from the sponsors of the Archives. And we appreciate their sponsorship of the Archives for a long period of time here. We're talking about Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services. You know those folks.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do. And that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto? No problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
All right, let's go down memory lane. But before we do that, let's go out back and check out what's going on at the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center, a very special place in our neighborhood. Right now, the South Central Kentucky celebrates the Red, White, and Blue exhibit is underway. It's a temporary exhibit down there west of topics related to the Revolutionary War, to George Washington, the Constitution, and there's several Edmund Rogers DAR chapter artifacts and photos too.
And that's in the Snavely Park, right?
That's right. And that's, you know, you've heard so much about some of the wonderful exhibits that they have there, and they've got it all put together in this one big area, the Snavely Gallery. Fascinating things about our past.
We're so blessed to have them, that's for sure.
No question about it. All right. What do you think was going on 100 years ago?
I say we do it.
There was some new laws that were coming out, just like we had that story a little bit earlier from K&N. But 100 years ago, this story in the Glasgow Times. The law governing the use of automobiles in the state of Kentucky became effective last Thursday. It should be read by everyone who drives a machine.
Yeah.
And the law specifically prohibits, first of all, the use of cutouts at any time. And Ray Green, knowledgeable about all things, parenthetically tells us that's a muffler bypass.
Right. That's right.
So if you don't want to, we don't want you making a bunch of extra racket just to prove you got a machine.
Still in style these days.
That's right. Also, the use of glaring lights in the city or the country.
Now, how would one define glaring?
I don't know. I guess it's sort of an opinion.
To me, they're all glaring.
Yeah, they are, particularly if you're standing in front of them looking at them.
Yeah.
Also, the use of spotlights, unless directed in front of the machine on the road, and then not more than 30 feet. So if you had a big fancy spotlight that would look out 100 feet, that's too much. It says here you just need 30 feet to be able to see. And also, there's another thing that's prohibited: leaving your car standing on the street at night without required light, both front and rear.
Standing, also known as parked.
That's right. But, you know, back in 1918, we were still called the machines, so we probably weren't parking them either.
That's right.
They were just leave your car standing on the street at night without required light, both front and rear. But think about how dangerous that would be. Because in 1918, I'm doubting that we had an entire city of streetlights.
No, probably not.
So, you know, hey, this is a road hazard.
I was thinking
here.
more like horses and lanterns.
Yeah, well, that's, you know, possibly so. All right, 1928. Now that we got the machines there in 1918, the rules saying if you're going to have one, here's what you got to do. Let's go to 1928. This was in the Glasgow Republican. Isaac Newton Chenoweth died at his home at 88 Sunday at the age of 87 years. His wife has been dead for several years. He is survived by 8 children. Esquire Chenoweth, as he was called by his friends, lived a long and useful life. At the outbreak of the Civil War, his father, Mr. Archibald Chenoweth, entered the service and became a lieutenant in the Union Army. Not long after that, the subject of this sketch also joined the Union Army, fought through the war, and came out a captain. He was a brave and gallant soldier. After returning, he settled to near 88. He was elected magistrate and served many years. How about that?
Was a great diplomat, veteran.
That's right.
It's just an amazing story there. And I like the way he named his kids.
Yeah, that's right.
Isaac Newton.
Yeah, Isaac Newton Chenoweth. And
proving that the apple must fall not far from the tree.
Exactly right. That's the way it looks. It went off to war for a little while, but came back.
That's right.
Neat story. I'm sure that Mr. Isaac Newton Chenoweth has a lot of kinfolks around here who, sound like he had a very noble life.
Yes, very much.
All right, 1938. We're looking back. The headline reads this. That would scare you to death. Pick up the paper and read this. Bryce Leach and son escaped death by close margin. Mr. Bryce Leach and his son Joe had a narrow escape late Saturday afternoon when half of a large beech tree fell while they were driving through Trigg Court.
Oh, wow.
Without warning, a large limb about the size of a man's waist crashed down, part of the limb striking his car just back of the driver and then to the ground. In falling, the limb brought enough smaller limbs with it to practically cover the rear of the car, with a number of wires, some of them carrying current. When the first limb struck the car, Mr. Leach stepped on the gas, and the car plunged forward, probably saving the lives of Mr. Leach and his son. As it was, Mr. Leach got the worst fright of his life. A Cocker Spaniel owned by the Trigg family ran out and touched a live wire and was instantly killed.
Oh, no.
There seemed to be no excuse for the tree falling since there was no breeze at the time. How scary is that?
That is scary. I mean, a beech tree. I'm not sure. I'm not really good on my tree knowledge, but I can say that probably ruined the car, probably totaled it.
That's right.
And that's the Leach family that's in the real estate business, right?
That's right. Bryce, of course, we've heard of the Bryce Leach Company, and this was his son Joe Leach, which is his son Terry. It walks by here about 100 times a day. His office is right over here.
Yeah.
So, there's quite a connection there.
It could have been worse, but I hate to hear that about the dog.
Yeah, that's right. A live wire. Always presume it's live when you see it down.
We said that how many thousands of times during the ice storm in '94?
Yeah, we did.
I remember that.
And they were live.
Yes.
1948, the 5th Air Force of Itami, Japan. Corporal Will Cheatham, the son of Mr. and Ms. Horace Cheatham of Glasgow, has completed 18 months of service with the Occupational Air Force for Japan and Southern Korea. So that was 1948. War was over, but he was in the Occupational Air Force and had to hang on a while. And I know that his parents were proud.
And I'm sure happy to have him home, too.
Yeah, for sure.
18 months is a long time to be away.
Here we have 1958. This story was in the Glasgow Republican, and it's a headline. You had to read the story after this teaser. A new product introduced by Strader's Dairy.
All right.
Attention is invited to the announcement on page 5 of this paper, which was the Republican, in which Strader's Dairy announces the introduction of a new milk product that is designed to appeal to persons that are diet conscious, unquote.
Okay.
If you're diet conscious, this new skim milk is less fattening than the regular, mild, but is appetizing and refreshing, and is now available in half gallons only. The dairy also announces a new orange juice available in quarts.
Really? I didn't know they were in the juice business.
Yeah, well, they were going to the stores to stock them anyway.
Right.
Of course, Strader's Dairy, as I recall from my childhood, they come to your door, bringing milk to the door.
It was a simpler time, wasn't it?
Well, probably not if you were living it, but as you look back on it, it probably was.
Yeah.
But I think that's neat. If you want to trace back the arrival of skim milk, looks like July of 1958. But only if you were diet conscious.
Diet conscious. That means a lot of different things depending on what year it is.
That's right. 1968, some big news. And Strader's Dairy is at Highsville.
That's right.
That's some more news out of Highsville. This day in 1968, the Postmaster General announced that a contract has been awarded to build the new post office at Highsville. So here we are in 68 with a nice new post office.
Still standing, right?
That's exactly right. That's the one that built in 68.
Mm-hmm.
Here's some heavy name dropping for you.
You don't think Louis Nunn had anything to do with that,
Well,
do
let's
you?
see. In '68, that's
That's federal.
It's a federal thing, But they might do it. They might have done it to congratulate him.
There you go.
You just don't know how those politic things work.
I'd rather not know.
That's right. It's hard to explain for sure. July of 1978, this day of the 9th, Mel Skinner, Bruce Gross, and Kevin Gardner were participants in the Barron County 4-H tractor driving contest. The former winner was Donnie Miller, and Donnie was the judge. Who better to know how to judge those drivers than somebody had won it?
Exactly. I know the name Bruce Gross.
Oh, yeah.
He's got some fine kids that I had the opportunity to coach for a couple of games.
Yeah, Bruce is a good boy. Kevin Gardner's a good boy. All these names, of course, Donnie Miller, excellent judge, too.
I got to give a shout-out to everybody on Facebook while we got them. Josh Fields, Jamie Harris, Lucas Harris, Lana Hatcher, Francine McCracken, Paulette Knuckles, Bobby Lee Hurt. They're all watching this morning. Sherry Jones. So just a bunch of people. We appreciate you tuning in. Shoot us a line. Tell us how you're doing this morning.
I'm glad you can do that because, you see, I'm not good at doing two things like that, like reading the archives and looking at the Facebook. I got to get better at it.
That's all right. It's all right. It's teamwork.
Got to practice at it, I'm sitting here trying to remember things about Bruce Gross.
All right. Of course, he was on that really good Barron County football team.
Oh, yeah.
That back in the day.
Back in the day, for sure. 1988, this was the day the final 3 steel roof supports for the former Gibson's building came down. This day in 1988.
Gibson's building.
Yeah, that's right down. Well, I tell you, it's just right up the street here. You know where the dollar store is?
Mm-hmm.
There's an empty lot between the dollar store and the post office?
Mm-hmm.
That's where the Gibson building was, and that's where the 3 steel roof supports came down.
And what did they do at Gibson's?
Well, there was a variety. So Gibson's Discount Center, they had everything. They actually just pretty much, I didn't know what convenience was because Gibson's, if you lost a baseball, you go buy a baseball. Had baseball gloves, electronics, albums. They had popcorn.
You just had to make it down Suicide Hill, right?
That's right. If I was going somewhere, I had to walk.
There you go.
And so that's where I was going to wind up, was at Gibson's Discount Center and checking out all the stuff.
That's cool.
It was a really nice. It was pre-Walmart, Kmart, but it was very well thought out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 1998, this was the day that Auction Concepts opened in Glasgow in conjunction with Ms. Linda Gold of Coldwell Bankers. There's a lady who made a difference in this community, and as the song says, I refer to it often, done too soon.
Yes.
Linda Gold, that she was opened up Auction Concepts here in 1998. And 2008, this was the day that the funeral was held for a Glasgow soldier, Specialist Ryan K. Longnecker, who died while serving in the Kentucky Army National Guard's 138th Field Artillery Brigade.
Say that name again.
It's Ryan K. Longnecker. That was 2008. It was published in the Glasgow Times. And we should remember that from this day, just because...
Thank you for your service.
The sacrifice given. All right. That's basically where we are today in the archives. And we've got lots of other things to talk about as we continue to barrel through the month of July. And we'll reconvene tomorrow to have that discussion, all right?
All right.
So thanks to the archivist. Ray Green gave us a little heads up here. Gail Berry always gives us a heads up about things. And the Cultural Center is always ready to have something very special coming up. And like I say, September is the harvest of history. And I've got the, I have...
You know what I'm excited about?
What's that?
Chappie doing his father.
Yeah, that's going to be good. Now
I'm going to go just for that.
Yeah, well, I can, you know what, I knew Mr. Rice pretty well, so I'm going to be anxious to critique Chappie's job at it, But I think he can do it. He can do it very well.
Absolutely.
Very well. Chappie's a lot like his daddy. And so we'll certainly look forward to that. And we'll kind of but give more information on the various ones, because it's a very special event indeed. And we'll be sharing that leading up to that in September. Thanks to our sponsors, Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services. It's 6:55.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is...
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center, brought to you by South Central Bank.
South Central Bank is a locally owned bank that cares about you and our community too.
My name's Roger Mercer. My wife and I, Terry, own Southern Kentucky Collision here in Glasgow. It's a collision repair center. We've been dealing with South Central Bank for probably 23, 24 years. They've always been good to us, our hometown bank. South Central Bank has been a really big part of our business as far as the growth. They've been there for us when we needed to borrow money to grow, and we appreciate that very much from South Central Bank.
South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Member FDIC.
Cold front on the march, and that front will sag south, and it's really not going to bring much change in temperatures. Chance of showers and thunderstorms will go up as we get into the afternoon. We should hover right around 90 degrees. So far this morning, the sky's clear, but the clouds will build later with that front approaching from the north, and then passing clouds overnight tonight, and the thunderstorms around will end early. We'll drop back to a mild 71. Isolated showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Rain not widespread, 91. I'm meteorologist Ray Staging, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Rez. Look at that WCLU constant coverage in studio radar screen again and see if we've had any change in the way that shower activity is showing up right there on the edge of the Louisville-Cumberland Parkway. I think it's just pretty much sitting there. It's not going anywhere. So you might run into that as you head west on the Louisville-Cumberland Parkway. It'll be before you get on to I-65 down there. Barometer's at 3016, no wind, no rain, and we're at 72 degrees at WCLU this morning. A sticky 97% reading on the hygrometer, and we're at 72 just before 7 o'clock. Weather brought to you by South Central Bank.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Coming back, we're going to do trivia.
Uh-oh.
No, it's official. I'm retiring next week.
Well, that's a good thing as long as you've been preparing for it.
But I'm not ready. I kept saying I'll get around to it.
Hello, I'm Anthony Mite, your local Modern Woodman financial representative. Don't be like Miss I'll get around to it. Call me today at 427-6807.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable member benefits. Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures. Securities offered through MWA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodman of America.
A tasty dinner, a Fish and More dinner from Long John's A&W, so put that thinking cap on, make sure it's pointed in the right direction, and we'll have a question for you shortly.
Welcome to Long John Silver's, home of our new $5 Real Deal Box. Dive into our wild-caught 100% Alaskan whitefish, natural cut fries, hush puppies, dessert, and a drink.
Long John Silver's is putting burgers on notice with our hand-battered and fried to perfection Alaskan whitefish sandwich, fries, Cinepuffs, and a drink for just $5.
It's our $5 Real Deal Box. Because at Long John Silver's, you deserve more.
The $5 Real Meal Deal is the real deal. Long John's, Glasgow and Cave City. All right, 1 minute after 7 o'clock. That is high time to win trivia. Here's the question this morning. 651-9149-800-956-1023. The Carolina Reaper and the Dorset Naga are varieties of what kind of edible plant? Get you a Carolina Reaper. Get you a Dorset Naga. Those are actually edible plants. What kind of an edible plant would that be? Hello, trivia.
Hot peppers.
I'm sorry?
Hot peppers.
You know, that is so close that I'm going to give it to you, okay? Who is this?
Sandy Thomas.
Hey, Sandy. So the word I was looking for there was chili peppers.
Ah, okay. Chili peppers.
Yeah, chili peppers. And have you ever heard of the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yes.
That's a band, a rock and roll band. And when I was preparing for today, that's all I could find when I was looking it up. Couldn't find the plants. All I could find was the band, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. But anyway, they are, chili peppers, Sandy, are not married. They are measured in Scoville units.
Yes.
And this is one hot pepper because this, let's see, the first one that I mentioned to you was the one that has 1 million Scoville units.
Ooh.
It's hot. I'm not sure what you put it on, or how you put it on it, or what you drink with it.
Yeah, I don't know either,
but it's 1 million Scoville units for that particular chili pepper, and there's lots of others. It's amazing the variety of chili peppers in their heat. There's some that are only 6,000 or 8,000 Scoville units, which sounds like too much to me.
Exactly. Yeah.
But anyway, you don't have to put any chili peppers on the Fish and More, Sandy.
That's the good news.
That's right. You can just you can calm it down, but you can put a little vinegar on it and calm any spice down. So,
okay.
Come by. We'll send you out to dinner. Okay.
Thank you, Henry.
See you later. Bye bye.
See ya.
Sandy Thomas. Sandy wins on the chili pepper question. The Carolina Reaper, the Dorset Naga, varieties of chili peppers. Red hot ones, too. We will play tomorrow. Maybe come up with something that's right on the tip of your tongue. And thanks to Long John's A&W.
CBS News special report. There are multiple reports. A 9th person has just been rescued from the flooded cave in northern Thailand, where 12 boys and their soccer coach had been stranded for more than 2 weeks. An eyewitness says someone was put on a stretcher, placed in an ambulance that's left the scene. Correspondent Anna Werner is in Mae Sai.
They would like to get them all out today, and there's a very good reason for that, which is that they basically have, according to one expert who is handling the water level here, trying to keep water out of the cave, they have today and they have tomorrow. Thursday, there's a large amount of rain expected.
As for the conditions of some of the 8 boys already rescued,
the first group of 4 is able to get out of bed, they are able to eat more normal food, and they have reported to be very hungry, which you would expect, but it's also a sign for doctors that they are in, better health. The fact that they're hungry and that they want to eat is a good thing.
And we have word just in, a 10th person has been seen being carried out of that cave.
This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM Unfruitville, W253DN Glasgow, services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. As recent history tells us, disasters can happen. It's impossible to prepare for everything, but it is possible to prepare for what happens next. And that's where we come in. At ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance Agency, we can provide you with many options as an independent agency. And it's our job to make sure you know about all the what-ifs so that your policy has you prepared for what happens next. So just ask us. We'd be honored that you did. Just give us a call at 651-8837. We're ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance Agency, growing with a proud community since 1902.
72 degrees, 706. What's coming up, Wes?
Well, as you know, their Unique Gifts closed, and then they reopened and reimagined shopping. And they did so by making it completely local. And so I've had the opportunity to meet some really, really talented folks, one of which is Sherry Wheeler. And basically what they're doing at Unique Gifts is they have booths set up all in the store, and that's why they call it Unique Gifts the Market. And all of these local creators, whether they be artists or in this case jewelry makers, they're setting up, and they're not just selling things, they're giving you an opportunity to learn some of their skills and some of their craft. And so I want to play an interview that I did with Miss Sherry Wheeler, Trinkets by Sherry, and she has a cool class coming up this weekend that you can sign up for, and it's going to fill up fast, all right? Sound good? Here we go. Hello everybody, I'm Wes Royce, and I'm joined with Sherry Wheeler. Sherry and her business Trinkets by Sherry is one of the many vendors at this new venture, which is called Unique Gifts the Market. And what Jackie has done is she has arranged a ton of local talent like Sherry here, who creates things like artwork, like home decor, or things you can wear, and things like jewelry. So Sherry, tell me about Trinkets by Sherry and what that means.
Well, it started out a few years ago as kind of beading, and then it's kind of progressed to working with metals. And so I work with different metals and make earrings, necklaces, bracelets, rings, different designs. Of course, I also do glass and a few other things, but paintings and things like that, but this is my focus.
So you're like a lot of people who are very artistic, and one day you just kind of woke up and said, you know what, I'm going to go at this full force. And so what made you get that started? It's just kind of different little designs popping in my head, and I wanted to get them out. So. And you use recycled metal, correct?
I do. I went to the recycling center the first time and bought copper. Copper seems to be the hot new metal that everybody wants jewelry made from. So I went and got some copper and played around with that and liked it, and so went back for more of a different metal, and it just kind of kept going.
And so we're going to have a class where folks can come and learn how to do this just like you do, and they'll actually get to take a piece of jewelry home with them. Tell me about when that class is going to be.
All right, that's going to be on July the 14th at 10 o'clock. It'll go from about 10 to 12. It'll take about 2 hours, and you can choose your own metal, copper, brass, or aluminum, and you will learn how to polish the edge.
Okay, so let's talk about the process. We'll see what you have with the bare scrap starting out.
All right, well, here's some copper that I had purchased from the recycling center. This is copper, this is brass, this is aluminum. And with this piece, you can see that I cut out this shape, and that it's still got all kinds of burrs and things, so you have to polish the edges. And then from that, when we work on it a little bit, we're going to get this. And in the finished form, I think I may cut these two pieces in half and make a pair of earrings out of this piece. This is some recycled sterling silver. Actually, this is fine silver, 0.999. I had bought some coins from Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. I wanted to keep it local. I melt it down. When you melt it down, you get a little ball that looks like that. And then I put it in a die and hammered it out, and you can see the little flower. Of course, this is not polished. I'll cut all the little tabs off of it and polish this up, and there's some finished pieces like this here. This, I think everybody probably recognized this as electrical wire, and I'll pull out one of the wires, and then this is a bracelet that's made from one of these. Just went back to Recycling Center and bought some thicker copper wire, and so there's more of these to come in a heavier gauge.
Those are beautiful. So if you come to this class, you can learn how to make stuff that we're actually going to take a look at that's on the shelves right now.
Exactly.
And if you've got a holiday or something coming up, it'll be a great gift because it'll come from the heart, but it'll also come from your own hands. So let's take a look at some of the things that are already on the shelf by Trinkets by Sherry, the Sherry Wheeler. Show us some of the stuff that you've done already that's on the shelf here at the Unique Gifts Market.
I have some fused glass. This is a couple of pieces of that left. Of course, all of the necklaces and earrings, bracelets. I have a few rings that we have designed down through the years. The name rings are probably my most popular. That, and then these little, this is kind of one of my latest designs, the little sterling silver earrings.
And those are so smooth and polished. I mean, they look very expensive, but how much would something like that cost?
This pair sells for $30.
That's great. And then you can learn how to do this yourself coming up July the 14th, 10 a.m. Now, how do they sign up?
They'll need to come by Unique Gifts. They have some forms here for you to fill out. I think there's 3 spots left, so they need to come by soon to sign up for that class. We may have some more classes later.
Well, I sure hope so, because I think this one's going to fill up fast. This is such a cool thing if you're an artsy person, but you want to move beyond just painting and things like that. You want to move into dealing with metal. What would you say to somebody that's intimidated by that?
It's kind of one of those skills you build on. So what we're doing in this class, it's very easy to get started with. It won't be any trouble at all for anybody. I think I have a 7-year-old registered, so if a 7-year-old can do it, then anybody can do it. So I think it'll be a fun time. We're going to just have a good time, no stress. If you mess up, it's just a little piece of recycled metal. We can get you another one.
That's right. It goes from trash to treasures. Trinkets by Sherry. That's Sherry Wheeler, one of many, many vendors that we're going to be featuring here at Unique Gifts, the Market. It's a brand new concept where we take basically all the creative people in the area like Sherry who do these things, like jewelry. And if you look around the store today, you'll see lots of different home decor items, beautiful paintings, things like that, and of course great gift items that you've always come to expect from this location. However, it is Unique Gifts, the Market, which means there's going to be about 20 or so vendors here, and we're looking forward to meeting each and every one of them. Please stop by and see Sherry's stuff, and of course sign up for the class. It's going to be a good time. Thank you for talking with me, Sherry.
Thank you for interviewing me, Wes.
Does become a factor. In Glasgow, we have a pharmacy that has been able to combine customer service with the lowest possible price day in and day out. That pharmacy is Park Avenue Pharmacy. Ask your friends. They'll tell you that when comparing the price of prescription drugs time and time again, Park Avenue Pharmacy is the lowest price. And with full-time pharmacists and friendly faces you should request the prescriptions be filled at Park Avenue Pharmacy. Park Avenue Pharmacy is located in the Park Avenue Shopping Center, easy to get to from anywhere. Phone 651-5156. You can get low prices and full service. Simply trust Park Avenue Pharmacy in Glasgow.
Another traffic problem that we've developed this morning. According to Wes Watt with the Transportation Cabinet, I-65 southbound is down to 1 lane down at mile marker number 14 near the Warren-Simpson County line. There is a second lane that is expected to be opening up at about 7:30 this morning. What happened was a truck crash created an ammonium nitrate spill across the roadway. which had to be cleaned up before traffic could drive on the roadway. Could be several hours before all 3 lanes are open. So it seems they're working on that as quickly as they can. It's down to 1 lane right now. 7:30 they should get it back open to 2 lanes, and then several hours before all 3 lanes are open. You can imagine that's going to slow some things down coming down I-65 southbound at the Simpson-Warren County line this morning. So be aware with that, drive with caution, and just expect several hours to be dealing with that. For many
the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry. Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Cassidy.
It's spring sale time at Bailey Gibson, and Dad's got the prices you're looking for. New incentives are being offered on many GMCs and Buicks on the lot. We hope you're looking for a new car or truck, because we're looking for good trade-ins. Bring your used car or truck to Bailey Gibson, and we'll offer you a better deal than you can get anywhere around. Stop by and check out our spring savings event now underway at Bailey Gibson in Glasgow. Lola, what do you say?
We're having a springtime sale at Bailey Gibson. Give my dandy a call on his flip phone for a great deal.
Once again, for WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce, and again, if you're just joining us, there has been a truck crash with some possible chemical spillage on the roadway, I-65 southbound at the mile marker 14 near the Warren at Simpson County line. Traffic is expected to be at 1 lane for about the next hour or so, probably about 7:30, 7:45. So keep that in mind as we move forward. In other local news, yesterday the Barron County Family YMCA Board of Directors announced that Tara Bailey will take on the role of Chief Executive Officer effective immediately. Bailey, who comes from West Virginia, will oversee all aspects of the organization, including membership growth, financial sustainability, fundraising, programs, community engagement, and staff development. She will continue to carry out the YMCA Board's vision to serve all of Barron County equitably and inclusively. Here's Board Chairman Terry Bunnell.
Yesterday morning, we announced the new CEO for the Barron County Family YMCA, Tara Bailey. Tara comes to us from West Virginia. She spent approximately 25 years with various YMCA. She has worked as a Chief Operations Officer for YMCA, as well as a CEO and Executive Director. The YMCA in our community has a lot going on, and having a CEO that can take us to the next level with membership services and involvement in the community is critical, and we feel that Sarah is the individual to do that. The Board of Directors is excited to make the announcement to our membership. Our staff has been doing a great job while we've been in the search for a CEO. So we're again very proud today that we announced that Tara Bailey is the new CEO at the Barron County Family YMCA.
Bailey has over 25 years of experience with the YMCA. She likes the small town feel of Barron County, the community support, and that families are engaged in activities. Bailey wants to build on this foundation by bringing additional family programming to the YMCA. She says the YMCA can make a difference in a person's life. The staff is so supportive and welcoming, you will be glad you joined. Serving the community, that's what it's about, says Tara Bailey, new CEO of the Barron County Family YMCA. We have an update on the burglary at Town and Country Pharmacy. Yesterday, after receiving several tips, the Glasgow Police Department executed a search warrant at 580 Hidden Lake Road number 12 and made contact with Thomas Joe Dilly Jr., who resides at the residence, and they were able to locate clothing matching the description that was used in the burglary of the Town and Country Pharmacy on Friday. After further investigation, officers arrested Thomas Joe Dilly Jr., age 27, of Glasgow, and charged him with burglary 3rd degree, criminal mischief 3rd degree. Dilly was lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. The arrest was made by Detective Ashley Jones with the assistance of Detective Mickey Atwood and Amanda Miller. On Saturday, the Glasgow Police Department conducted a traffic stop on Old Bowling Green Road. Upon further investigation, officers received consent to search the vehicle and located marijuana and methamphetamine. James Barnes, age 41, of Smiths Grove, was arrested and charged with no registration plates, reckless driving, failure of owner to maintain required insurance, first offense, operating a motor vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs, first offense, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of controlled substance, first degree, second offense, methamphetamine, possession of marijuana, operating on a suspended or revoked operator license, and was lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. The arrest was made by Officer Jonathan Clark. Also on Saturday, the Glasgow Police Department conducted a traffic stop on Combs Boulevard. Upon further investigation, officers received consent to search of the vehicle and located methamphetamine. Jimmy Minton, age 55, of Glasgow, and Joseph Harper, age 44, of Glasgow, were both arrested for trafficking in a controlled substance, first degree, first offense, methamphetamine, and lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. The arrest was made by Sergeant Jesse Barton and assisted by Officer Jonathan Clark. The Kentucky State Police Post 3 Bowling Green responded to a single vehicle injury collision yesterday at 6:18 a.m. that occurred southbound on I-65 near the 36-mile marker in Warren County. The preliminary investigation indicated that James C. Williams, age 83, of McMinnville, Tennessee, was operating a 2000 Subaru Outback, traveled southbound in the right lane of travel when his vehicle exited the right shoulder of the roadway. Upon exiting the roadway, Williams's vehicle traveled down an earth embankment, striking a tree before coming to final rest. According to witness accounts, Williams' vehicle caught fire upon impact, causing severe damage to the front of the vehicle. Williams was pronounced dead at the scene by the Warren County Coroner's Office. The investigation is still ongoing and being conducted by Master Trooper Tommy Walters. He was assisted on the scene by Smiths Grove Fire Department, Med Center EMS, and the Warren County Coroner's Office. No other details are available for release at this time. And as tourism is at its peak this time of year, the Cave City Council reported almost $52,000 in real estate taxes collected over the month of June, and a little more than $20,000 in taxes in the month of June for transient room taxes. The total amount was transferred to the Tourist Commission. More local news when we continue here on WCLU.
This Saturday morning, July 14th, Elmore Realty and Auction has a prime investment opportunity for you. 14 outstanding building lots to be sold in the Indian Hills Resort subdivision near Barron River Lake. These are lots on Mohegan Mound Road and Chippewa Pass in Lucas and features road frontage. Owner financing available too. The auction begins at 10 o'clock this Saturday morning. Now, the property is open, and you're welcome to drive by these lots to be sold at any time at Chippewa Pass and Mohegan Mound Road in Lucas. Get more details online at elmoreauctions.com or call 651-7711. Another quality auction conducted by Elmore Realty and Auction, the auction specialist, Dakota Ray Elmore, principal broker and auctioneer. The name you've grown to trust in Barron County since 1935 is Elmore.
Are you looking for a new home for your money? Hi, I'm Carissa Peterson, Barron County Community President for Citizens First Bank. From our high-interest earning Platinum Plus checking account to safe deposit boxes to customized loans, you'll find financial expertise from people you know and trust at Citizens First. We are committed to Barron County and committed to your financial future. Stop by today and let us show you how we can serve your long-term banking needs. Citizens First, the best choice for the best checking accounts. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This just into the WCLU newsroom. There will be a special called meeting of the Caverna High School Site-Based Decision-Making Council on Wednesday, that's tomorrow, at 9:30 a.m. until 9 p.m. to interview for the Caverna High School principal position. Also, the next day, on Thursday, there will be a special call meeting of the Caverna High School SBDM Council to discuss the potential candidate for employment to fill the Caverna High School principal position. That will take place at 12:30 in the afternoon until 2:30 in the afternoon at the Caverna High School. Well, on July 13th, the Kentucky Speedway will host the Alsco Xfinity Series 300 race. Larry Bailey, a lifelong ambassador of Kentucky, was selected to be the Grand Marshal for the Alsco 300 at Kentucky Speedway. As chairman of the Bowling Green Area Convention Visitors Bureau, Bailey champions the area's strong ties to automotive and racing industries. Under Bailey's guidance, the Bureau earned the Kentucky Economic Engine Award in 2017, which recognizes tourism's positive economic impact in Bowling Green. Bailey is a U.S. Air Force veteran and resides in the Bowling Green area with his wife, Sharon. He is the proud father of a daughter, son, and 2 stepsons, and a grandfather to 5 grandchildren. In addition, Alsco has announced Rob Barnett, the airport manager at the Bowling Green Warren County Regional Airport, will be the race's honorary starter. A former U.S. Marine, Barnett began his career at the Bowling Green Warren County Regional Airport as a maintenance worker in 1995, and he quickly worked his way up and was named airport manager in 1999. Under Barnett's management, the airport received the most prestigious award given by the Federal Aviation Administration, the Feather in the Cap Award, for achieving 11 years with no discrepancies during the FAA's annual Part 139 inspection. Only 9 months after opening, a Kroger distribution center in Florence, Kentucky will add 250 full-time associates, majority full-time roles, as the company invests nearly $18 million at the facility to support its e-commerce and digital services, Governor Matt Bevin announced yesterday. Distribution and logistics is a thriving industry in the Commonwealth, says the governor, and this announcement is just the latest confirmation of that fact. We greatly appreciate Kroger's confidence in the northern Kentucky region and its ongoing commitment to investing and growing in our state. Kroger will purchase new equipment and upgrade technology at its 674,000 square foot facility on Mount Zion Road, which opened last year in October, as a replenishment center to service the company's direct to-store distribution centers across the eastern half of the United States. The new project will further support the company's growing e-commerce and digital offerings. The facility currently employs approximately 80 associates. To encourage the investment of job growth in the community, the Kentucky Economic Development Finance Authority in June preliminarily approved the company for tax incentives up to $1 million through the Kentucky Business Investment Program. The performance-based incentive allows a company to keep a portion of its investment over the agreement term through corporate income tax credits and wage assessments by meeting job and investment targets. In addition, Kroger can receive resources from the Kentucky Skills Network. Through the Kentucky Skills Network, companies can receive no-cost recruitment and job placement services, reduced cost customized training, and job training incentives. For more information about the Kroger Company, visit www.thekrogerco.com. Candidates interested in the new position can apply at https://jobs.kroger.com. An inmate has overpowered a driver. Inmate overpowers a jailer on way to Kentucky jail, steals a car, empowering a deputy jailer, and stealing the transport vehicle in Inez, Kentucky. Citing a statement from the Martin County Sheriff's Office, news outlets report that Mark Allen Crouch assaulted and overpowered the deputy jailer while in transit to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center after he was arrested on Monday. He took the gray car he was riding in that has Martin County Jailer emblazoned on the side. It's unclear why Crouch was initially arrested. The sheriff's office says Crouch is to be considered dangerous. The condition of the deputy jailer has not been released. For WCLU News, I'm Wes Royce reporting.
Bring your whole family to Farmers RECC annual meeting Thursday, July 12th at the Cave City Convention Center. Registration begins at 5:30, a performance by the Martin Family Circus beginning at 6. Register for a chance to win one of 10 $100 gift cards, and for graduating high school seniors and above, the chance to win a Farmers RECC scholarship. Mark your calendar for Farmers RECC's annual meeting Thursday, July 12th. Details at farmersrecc.com or follow us on Facebook.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Now that Brett Kavanaugh is the official Supreme Court nominee, the intense vetting begins on Capitol Hill. ABC's Megan Hughes at the White House on what's next.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell wants to push Judge Brett Kavanaugh's nomination through quickly. White House Legislative Director Mark Short said they're hoping for a vote before the Supreme Court term begins in October. But President Trump's pick is not going to make that easy for McConnell. Judge Kavanaugh's long legal career and work with the Bush administration has left a massive paper trail that will take time to scrutinize. Democrats may argue for a delay, and those decisions may provide fodder for arguments against him from the left and potentially the right. Megan Hughes, ABC News, the White House.
2 broken mains have caused a water outage in Daviess County, leading to the declaration of a state of emergency. Daviess County Emergency Management Director Andy Ball said early Monday breaks in front of Owensboro Municipal Utilities plant have left some customers with mostly normal water pressure, others with just a trickle, and many with no water at all. The Kentucky Department of Insurance has issued a $1.5 million civil penalty against pharmacy benefit manager Caremark PCS for wrongly denying reimbursements to pharmacists. An order from the insurance department cites 454 violations related to reimbursement claim denials that were issued to pharmacists throughout Kentucky. Agencies from 3 counties are searching for an escaped Martin County inmate. Deputy Tim Clark with the Johnson County Sheriff's Office tells WYMT 32-year-old Mark Crouch assaulted an officer Monday while being transported to a Painesville facility.
The prisoner was sitting in the front seat, passenger seat with him, and was cuffed in the front.
At that moment, Crouch pushed the officer out of the moving vehicle and escaped in the car. He is a registered sex offender. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
The following weather forecast is brought to you by Peggy Tuck Edwards and Private Caregiver and Referral Services. When roles reverse in your later years, when child becomes caretaker and the needs of the parent become most important, it's comforting to know that there's help along the way. Peggy Tuck Edwards would like for you to be informed about Private Caregiver and Referral Services, because sometimes our elders just need a little company and companionship. It's our duty to see that those needs are met, whether in the home or in an assisted living or nursing home facility. Peggy and her network of compassionate caregivers are ready to meet you and your loved one's needs. Call 270-670-7062, 270-670-7062, 270-670-7062.
Cold front on the march on our Tuesday weather map, and that front will sag south, but it's really not going to bring much change in temperatures. It's more like a wind shift and a chance of showers and thunderstorms that will go up as we get into the afternoon. We should hover right around 90 degrees. Today we will, but we're probably on the lower side of that, so I'm going to go upper 80s with scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. So far this morning the sky is clear, but the clouds will build later with that front approaching from the north. And then passing clouds overnight tonight, and the thunderstorms around will end early. We'll drop back to a mild 71, similar to this morning. Isolated showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Rain not widespread, 91. Low 90s Thursday with a mix of clouds and sunshine. Friday, a mix of clouds and sunshine, highs low 90s. I'm meteorologist Ray Staging, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. 736. The constant coverage in studio radar screen this morning is showing some just a little blip on the radar screen down south of the intersection of I-65 and the Louisville and Cumberland Parkway, and then on southeast of Glasgow toward the Lamb community was a little light shower activity out there as well. Really nothing else happening in the entire state of Kentucky except for the blip on the radar right here in our neighborhood. Let's be aware of that. And remember to be aware of the problem down on I-65 at the Simpson-Warren County line. Traffic accident down there. A truck spilled ammonium nitrate. They got to get that off the road before they can open up any more lanes. They have one open. Another one is set to open about right now, and several hours before all three open up. So traveling southbound today, let's be aware of that. No precip in the past 24 hours. Winds are calm. Humidity at 97%. 3016 is the pressure. 77 degrees this morning from WCLU.
The university scientists have long
by Peggy Tuck Edwards, caregiver and personal referral service.
What do you have hypothesized? Where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next, because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Kentucky Proud event.
Time is running out to register for Ralphie's European Excursion Day Camp. Get signed up now for the week of July 16th through the 20th for kids entering K through 7th grade. Enjoy daily challenge games including laser tag, bowling, mini golf, time free, and dodgeball, along with wet and wild water games, plus educational projects and adventures. 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. with morning drop-off starting at 7:30. To sign up for day camp the week of July 16th through the 20th, call Robin McMurtry at 670-4431 or Ralphie's at 629-GAME.
Sounds like a lot of fun out there at Ralphie's. Get signed up this week for next week. Okay, birthdays today. We've got Carolyn Berry celebrating. It's also Elvis Young. David Gray Whitty. David is 62 today. Brad Bailey. Tag Taylor. Valerie Allen. Tyler Doty. It's Sydney Collier celebrating, and she celebrates with her mom on her mom's birthday. That's Nikki Collier. So congratulations to Nikki and Sydney today. It's also Betty Saltzman's birthday. Joe Stevens celebrates. Nicholas Stone and twin brother Nelson Stone share birthdays today. And we have Sharon Smith with a birthday. Anniversaries, Raymond and Elaine Bragg, number 53. Thomas and Rosa Mae Hurt, number 52. We have Brandy and Roger Burge Jr., number 19. Shannon and Adrian Edwards, anniversary number 9. Larry and Brenda Eaton, Mike and Carol Williams. That's what we have on the Birthday Anniversary Club for you today. And we also want to remind you we're patting Dr. Kara Gilkey. Dr. Kara Gilkey on the radio today. Pat her on the back. She's good as gold. Her name was submitted. And here's the reason for nomination from that submission. Dr. Gilkey always goes above and beyond to make those around her feel at ease. She was my mother-in-law's ER doctor, and she was so kind. And I would like to recognize her for the job that she does. And I'm sure there's a lot of other folks who would say the same thing about the excellent job she does. So pat her on the back today and tell her she's good as gold from WCLU and a little taste of Texas.
The future face of Pedigo Lessenberry. Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance, growing with a proud community since 1902.
Or follow us on Facebook.
And they always do a great job with the annual meeting, and you don't want to miss one. So I encourage you to get involved at the Farmers RSCC annual meeting here coming up. 7:42 at WCLU. Something new coming up around here today, and Wes is going to tell us about it.
That's right. Folks know Ernie Wagner in the community. He's very active in helping out the veterans, and if you know him at all, you know he's a huge music fan, and he came to me with an idea for a show, and so I love the idea, and that's what's going to take place on Tuesday and Thursday evenings here on WCLU on both AM and FM stations, 6 to 7 p.m. tonight. And a lot of his friends call him Earn Dog. So it's Earn Dogs Off the Chart. And here's what we're doing. We're playing songs that maybe didn't make the top 40 charts when they came out in the 50s and 60s and 70s, 80s and 90s. But they're just songs that were on those albums that folks will remember hearing, because back in the day, as you know, Dad, you listened to the whole album.
That's right. You had something, you couldn't afford to have a lot of music, so you listened to everything you had.
And I mean,
and including the flip side, the B side.
That's kind of what we're playing is B-side stuff. Yeah. Those deep cuts that that folks will maybe have forgotten about, but then once they hear them, they'll be like, "Oh, I remember that," and I love that song, and it'll bring back memories, and hopefully it'll maybe even introduce some new music to folks who are maybe my age and didn't experience that. Ernie made a little intro that plays at the beginning of his show, and for his first time doing a radio thing, I thought it was pretty cool. So check this out. You're gonna like it.
At home, we got a little old radio on the porch. Whenever it won't work, Pa just spits in the back of it and whomps it good, and it works every time. Hey, y'all, she's a worker! She's a worker! Hey!
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside.
Turn oscillator control knob.
I think that's the big one there. To transmission frequency desired.
Well, what frequency we desire?
Well, I'll leave that up to you.
All righty.
Turn it up, turn it up, a little bit higher. Radio, turn it up.
All righty.
It's got soul. Radio, turn it up.
That's Earn Dogs Off the Chart. It's coming up tonight at 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock on WCLU 1490 AM, 102.3 FM, and online at playwclu.com every Tuesday and Thursday night, 6 to 7 p.m. Come take a trip down memory lane in the way of music.
All right, looking forward to it, Wes.
All right.
7:45, we're going up the street just a little bit further than Gibson's Discount Center. Bobby Lee Hurt is on the line talking about the very best in the way of vehicles that are just sitting there waiting for you. Bobby Lee, how you doing this morning?
Doing well this morning. How about you, Henry?
I'm doing real good. Just having a good day. All is well around here. And I know that up at Hurt Auto Sales, things are going good. You've been on a shopping spree. If you got up early enough to hear the archives today, you heard about the laws that came out 100 years ago about how to take care of your car, and the laws about they didn't use the word park back in 1918. They had a law against the car standing in the street.
Yeah, standing in the street.
That's right.
That's a little different than what we do, isn't it?
That's right. But it's the same thing. But hey, what else? If you don't know the words, you don't put it in park. You just fix it to where it's standing in the street.
Kind of like horses. They were used to horses.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I guess that is right. I didn't think about that, Bobby Lee. See how wise you are?
Hey, I'm sharp this morning.
That's right. You are rolling. So I'm going to let you stay sharp and tell me about the very latest arrivals on the lot up there at Hurt Auto Sales, where folks turn to find a very affordable vehicle and one they can feel good about owning, Bobby Lee.
But Henry, we just got in. It's the first one that I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 2011 Nissan Murano.
All right.
With a convertible top.
Oh, I didn't even know they made such a thing.
Well, I didn't either until I ran across this one.
You just need to drive around town today, and when people see you, they'll know that's the one he's speaking of.
That's right. It's a four-door SUV, with a convertible top. It's actually called a Cross Cabriolet.
My goodness, that sounds wild.
And it has extra low miles, and it's a backup camera, navigation.
Mm-hmm.
It is a sharp ride, black with a gold inside.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got it priced, Henry, for just $13,900.
Man, oh man, you think as rare as that is, you could have jacked it up quite a bit, but not Bobby Lee. He's going to. He's always got a fair price on whatever's on the lot there for sure.
We're going to pass the bargain along today.
Okay, sounds like an SUV convertible. That's cool.
That's right. Yeah, it is. It is cool. Hey, when you put the top down, it's that.
Yeah, I'd say for sure.
Got a 2016 Chrysler Town and Country. This van, nice-looking van, is loaded up with all the extras. It's still under factory warranty, and we've got it priced to sell for just $21,900. Okay.
Chrysler. Is it safe to say that they pioneered minivans?
I would think so. Yeah, I think you're correct. I'm pretty sure.
So when you can buy a Chrysler minivan with everything on it, everything means a lot, doesn't it?
It most certainly does. Backup camera, like I say, the DVD. I mean, it's got the whole works on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds sharp. So what was the price you said on that, Bobby Lee?
$21,900.
Oh my goodness, that's for a pioneering SUV.
Most certainly. And next in, we've got an 08 GMC Yukon, four-wheel drive, third-row seat, got the pretty chrome wheels on it.
Oh yeah.
Really sharp ride, and we're going to price it for just $11,900.
Ooh, that's a Yukon.
Yes, sir.
With the chrome wheels for $11,000 some odd dollars.
Yes, sir. Hey, hard to find.
I say
really hard to find.
Hard to find that price for sure.
Yeah. And next of all, then, we've got a 2016 Nissan Versa. Get about 35 miles a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
A really sharp ride as well, four-door sedan. And we're going to sell it for just $8,900.
$8,900. Let's spell that for everybody in case you went too fast. It's a VERSA. Versa.
That's correct.
A Versa from Nissan.
Nissan. Yeah, that's right. Come in and get your Versa here. Okay?
You have, that's right. The first Versa, same as the second Versa.
That's right.
What's interesting is you add up all the money you talked about here today. You didn't talk about a whole lot of money.
Certainly didn't.
So folks need to remember that when they're looking for a vehicle, where to look. is to look at the places that don't ask for a whole lot of money, and that is Hurt Auto Sales at 621 West Main Street. You might see a little construction going on down there at the bottom of the hill, but don't let that scare you away, because at the top of the hill is lots to choose from in the way of vehicles.
Lots of bargains, Henry. So come in and check them out.
And while we're talking about vehicles here, I'm going to go ahead. I just got notice from Wes Watt with the Highway Department that all the lanes now are back open down at the Simpson-Warren County line. You know, they had that ammonium nitrate or some chemical that was on the road, and you couldn't drive through it, but now they got it up, so all 3 lanes are open down there. So folks, just want to make you aware of that.
That's good. That's positive.
Take a little while for the traffic to thin out there, but, you know, be careful.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, Bobby Lee, I think we've covered everything, haven't we?
I think so, Henry.
And what we want to do is make sure that people know that when it comes to looking for a vehicle, where to look. And that's Hurt Auto Sales, 621 West Main. The motto they operate under is...
no pain when you trade with Hurt.
Have a great day, sir.
And you also. Thank you, Henry.
See you. Bye.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
7:52 at WCLU, waking up with 77 degrees, a warm day. I think we just go ahead and share some tidbits here.
Sounds good.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
Focusing on tidbit news from around the world and up the street here for today. A few little stories to share with you here, Wes.
What you got for me today?
Well, this one I couldn't decide which order to do this, but I'm just going to. This is under the file number of Creative Rascal.
Okay.
Here's the Creative Rascal, Dateline, Madison, Wisconsin. Police say that a 19-year-old man flipped his car in Madison, Wisconsin, and then he fled the scene. He removed some of his clothes, and he pretended to be a jogger not connected with the wreck.
Okay.
Did you get that?
He was either on drugs, or he didn't have insurance, or he was an illegal immigrant.
He's a creative rascal. I'm saying, talk about. Well, obviously, I'm going to tell you that that gives him a couple of points in my book for not being impaired. If he can come up with that scheme pretty fast.
I mean, if you flip a vehicle,
he's flipped
and
the vehicle,
can walk away,
took his clothes off,
or jog away,
or you know, took some of his clothes off and started jogging. Whoop. You know, kind of, oh, look, there's a wreck.
Did y'all see that wreck over
That's
there?
Right. Hey, be careful, there's a wreck
Did y'all
up
see
here.
me flip out of that
car? Be careful, there's a wreck up here. Anyway, the Wisconsin State Journal reports the unidentified man made a lane change Tuesday evening at the same time as another car. He overcorrected, hit the shoulder, and overturned. Police Chief Mike Koval says the suspect fled, removed some clothing. When officers caught up with him, he told them he was an uninvolved jogger.
That's pretty good.
You always got to know your place. Officers ticketed the man for failure to have control, hit and run, and operating after revocation. Police tests say the man was not impaired. We could tell that from here.
Sure.
But anyway, he's a creative rascal. Now, here's
I mean, I can't believe the guy walked away from that.
He didn't. He jogged away.
Like he does not know how lucky he is.
Yeah, well, I think he's probably figuring that out now that he's gotten caught.
So are you charged with leaving the scene of an accident if you're the only one in the accident?
Well, he left.
Okay. Well, that works. Way to go, buddy.
Story number 2, we got a little political story right here. A Rhode Island mayor says he's not bothered by an unflattering public mural of him. He's wearing a crown, and he's sitting on a toilet seat that stems from a long simmering dispute over a building that he called unsafe.
Okay.
The mayor of New Providence is Charles Lombardi. He's been involved in a dispute with the building owner, Anthony Farina, over the building described as a major health hazard.
Mm-hmm.
Lombardi tells the TV station the painting doesn't bother him, but Farina should question how he's representing himself to the community. Now, the mural artist, is Paul Moore, says he has nothing against the mayor, but he was hired to paint him on a toilet seat and wearing a crown.
Hey, when you're paid to do a job, you do
That's right. Hey, I'm just going to do the best I can do. You got to like that attitude. That's a working attitude. Well, just like this attitude of, we have first responders, EMTs, all that sort of stuff. Well, listen to this story. There's a man down in Florida. This man suffered a heart attack while he was laying sod in his front yard. And the first responders did something extraordinary. Now, here's the story. Melissa and Jean Work, yes, her last name is Work, W-R-K, but Melissa and Jean Work were rushing to finish up the yard work in time to avoid a fine from their homeowners association.
Right.
Well, Miss Melissa Work said her husband was so worried about meeting the deadline that while he was drifting in and out of consciousness on the way to the hospital, he begged her to keep the grass from dying.
Don't worry about me, water the grass.
Yeah, that's right. If anything's going to die here, it needs to be me, not the grass. Anyway, the rescue team took notice, and after leaving the couple at the hospital, get this, 7 firefighters went back to their home and finished the job.
How about that?
How's that for dedication?
That is excellent.
Melissa Work is sharing her thanks. Pasco County Fire and Rescue officials said Sunday on Facebook that they believe in helping the community whenever they are needed. That was a big need right there, too,
That's why I don't do yard work.
Well, I mean, you're going to be fined by somebody. Maybe your wife will fine you.
My goal was to have the second worst yard in the neighborhood.
Yeah, well.
So.
That's not a lofty goal at all.
We don't have HOA, though.
Well. But anyway, down in Florida, they got they put a lot of pressure on you, so much so the guy had a heart attack. And then they said, don't worry about me. Take care of the grass.
Sometimes that's just the way people are. They care about others more than themselves.
And finally, I'm going to tell you something you already knew right here, but I'll just include it. The IHOP admitted they went through that whole name change thing last month as a publicity stunt. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Are you shocked? You might remember that the restaurant chain flipped the P in its name and made it IHOB and started promoting itself as a new line of Black Angus burgers. Well,
yeah.
Now the company is back online saying it's now promoting a pancake deal tied to the IHOP 60th anniversary on its Twitter site. The company says, that's right, IHOP. We'd never turn our back on pancakes except for the time we faked it to promote our new burgers. So
here's what I think.
Yeah?
If you could have pancakes and sausage, why not have a pancake with a burger in the middle of it and one on top, and then drizzle maple syrup on top of it?
Sounds like too much.
Eat it with a fork.
Sounds like too much.
Too much?
Yeah.
You got to live a little, Dad.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, but not that much. I'll be back in the ambulance with the
you have Mama make
crew.
one, we'll split it. How about that?
All right. That's Tidbit News.
Sounds good.
77 degrees.
At the People's Bank in Glasgow, we believe that people still like the friendly atmosphere of a community bank. A bank where you're more than just a number. You get one-on-one personal service. A bank where your money is reinvested in the community. And decisions, well, they're all made locally. The People's Bank gives you everything you'd expect in a bank, including online and mobile banking. Get the banking you deserve. Located at 605C on the Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. The People's Bank, working for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It is almost impossible to comprehend the emotional burden involved when making final arrangements and no decisions have been made beforehand. At Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home, we're trained and experienced at assisting local families making final arrangements in advance. Coming to terms with the loss is difficult enough. Make it easier for your loved ones by making your